Welcome back to TRT World. Our top stories this hour. Protests have continued outside Sudan's army headquarters after the military seized power and arrested President Omar al-Bashir. The defense minister has been sworn in as the head of a new transition council. Many protesters want the entire regime to be overthrown. Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has been arrested, removed from Ecuador's embassy in London, and charged by the U.S. and the U.K. The U.S. says it wants to extradite Assange. It's charged him with conspiring to break into a classified government computer. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump says another summit with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is possible. He made the comments as he welcomed his South Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in to the White House. For more on this, Frank Ucciardo joins us live in the studio. Frank, it's been a busy day for both leaders.
Yes, extremely busy, particularly for the South Korean President Moon Jae-in, who before he met with President Trump had a meeting with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and he was asking about possible concessions that he can bring back to North Korea. This could be President Trump's last chance for getting a peace deal with North Korea's President Kim Jong-un.
Well, we are discussing certain humanitarian things right now, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. I think you have to be okay with that. And South Korea is doing certain things to help out with food and various other things for North Korea. And we'll be discussing different things inside. Again, the relationship is a much different relationship than it was 2 years ago.
The U.S. and North Korea had been close to war in 2017 when North Korea ramped up its missile testing with 17 launches that included an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of hitting the U.S. General Vincent Brooks was in charge of the military response by the UN Combined Forces Command in Korea.
South Korean and American surface-to-surface long-range missiles, ballistic missiles, that were fired at the same time that North Korea ballistic missiles were being fired, to make it very clear that we can strike at any moment in time, in real time, while you're still on the pad looking at your launch.
But South Korea's President Moon Jae-in has been in the driver's seat from the beginning. Speaking through a translator, President Moon talked about steps forward.
So the important task that we face right now is to maintain the momentum of dialogue and also express the positive outlook regarding the third U.S.-North Korea summit to the international community, that this will be held in the near future.
Before meeting Trump, South Korean media was reporting that President Moon had lobbied Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in a separate meeting for U.S. concessions that he could offer Chairman Kim. Most Korea experts believe the communications breakdown took place because of a cultural difference, and that began with the U.S. asking for complete denuclearization before establishing a platform of trust with North Korea.
And that's exactly the opposite in Asia, but in the case of North Korea. A new relationship must come first, then we can trust one another, and then we can get to denuclearization, which they will do. But then secondly, with that mutual respect, to try to get to a level of trust where Kim Jong-un can truly reveal to President Trump, here's what I really want.
But what if a third summit between Kim Jong-un and President Trump fails to make progress?
There ought to be a cost to having walked away from the table for Kim Jong-un, that the cost of making a deal just went up. So I'm a fan of added sanctions, but also increasing dialogue. And these may not seem to square with one another, but I think that they would be well understood by Kim Jong-un. Hey, the price just went up. We had an opportunity to make a deal, we didn't.
And the cost of failure, if there is a third summit, could turn the clock back to the brink of war.
Frank, what have we been hearing from Kim Jong-un in the lead up to this summit?
Well, you know, in the last 48 hours, he had a meeting with his ruling party members, and basically he told them that Pyongyang has to deliver a telling blow to those who impose sanctions on it, saying that self-reliance is the key to eternal life. So this is it. He's saying, okay, even though there's sanctions, we want to send a message that we're going to get through no matter what. You impose the sanctions, we're going to survive despite what you impose on us. The telling blow is rhetoric, which is not telling us that he's ready to go back to a summit or make a peace deal.
All right, Frank Ucciardo, appreciate you coming in and breaking that down for us.